Whoa, nah. What happened? I'm what it is? It's 10 something, not 10:35. Shit, is that an hour? Might be an hour already. Yeah, gotta get it in. Switch it up. I usually, y'all have seen me out here. Anybody that's been following me for any length of time, I be out here early in the morning. Sometimes when it start, whatever. But as I keep pointing out, you gotta switch it up. I ain't no expert. I mean, in some regards, I am. When you study shit long enough, to the point where you can give a motherfucker certification. That's how shit start. They don't have certification programs or certificate, whatever it is until it is. It becomes that because somebody put in the work and do whatever it takes to initiate that shit, and then they hand out certificates, whereas, there were no certificates when they began whatever the journey is. So, yeah, and as I keep saying, the most important thing is help, y'all. You gotta know this. Ain't shit happening without that. Mental health, physical health. You can have your body all tight, abs, whatever. And if your mind ain't right, well, that shit can fall all the way apart. So, I just want to point, well, goddamn, you think nobody could possibly be walking or riding their bike along here? That's fucked up. Just because that shit open, you know this apart. Why would you just come through there like that? But hey man, look, people gonna do what the fuck they do. Y'all saw that shit, huh? I'm just saying, looked like he should have came through just a little bit more cautiously. But that's how shit happen. Somebody always fuck shit up. People will run over people, people kill people do all kinds of stupid shit all day fucking long. That's how it happens. So, like I said, I ain't got no bumpers on my ass. That's why I be cautious. I stop, like, you go ahead, I insist. Fuck, I have no bumpers. It's just me, flesh and blood. If you hit me, it's all over with. Fuck, I ain't gonna hit you. And if I did, you in fucking vehicle, ain't shit gonna happen. Anyhow, it's always a distraction. But it is what it is. I'm here, y'all. I just I got some shit to say. Shit's really getting on my nerves, but I think I'm just gonna have to beat down the door. Beat it down. As I said, yeah, I guess part of my thing is gonna be part of, not the only thing, is to be to talk about the punk ass narcissists, punk ass toxic motherfuckers. But I don't just like talk, I don't just like talking about it, that's for sure. I don't mind, but my point in talking about like a lot of shit, I understand the law of attraction and how you attract negative things and you bitching about it and complaining about it. So therefore, I believe when I'm speaking on these things, there's a point. There's a lesson to be learned. There's me learning my own self while I'm teaching, while I'm telling. There's a comparison because a lot of anybody in my age range, really probably in a 10-year gap, plus or minus perhaps, is in the same boat. And I think so. Plus or minus 10 years, you potentially raised by the same person, the same parent, the same person, the same age, could still have somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe longer than that. And it keep boiling down to, okay, I ain't talking about white and black. I'm talking about black. It could be universal, but I ain't concerned about that. I can't worry about that. That's another thing. Like, perhaps we should zoom out and look at the big picture at some point in time. No doubt. Man, everybody getting these Jeeps now. They're nice too. But at some point in time, we had to examine all that shit. But I'll keep saying, who raised the simps? Who raised the cheaters? Who raised whatever asshole it is? If it's a cheating dude, a cheating woman, a narcissistic dude, a narcissistic woman, perhaps they was gonna turn out that way anyway. And no amount of good parenting would have changed that. I somehow think that person would actually be rare. Most likely, all of the things that you put into your children, it has the factor of how they turned out, other than if they could wake the fuck up and some people do. Wake the fuck up at a young age, recognize that their parent is full of shit, and just do whatever they gotta do in life to get up out that shit as quickly as possible. You know, they might have to go along with it for a while. That's why some people just run away and never come back. And I was a runaway motherfucker. I ain't never ran away. My child ran away from her mama, not from me. Not that I'm, man, look, I've raised by the same asshole motherfucker and had asshole tendencies too. Was making poor decisions. Otherwise, I wouldn't be choosing these fucking women that's like my mama. Because I thought that was the thing to do. I thought that was the way to do it. And then, once again, yeah, it's generational. It's a lot of people. It might not be exactly the same, but it definitely be similar. They was slaves too. They was raised by slaves too. So they passed all that slavery bullshit down. And my thing is, it's like, whatever the slave master had in mind, he passed the baton on to the black female. He took that baton of abuse, neglect, and whatever other negative and narcissistic behavior, and he passed it on to the black female, and she passed it along to all her children. She passed it along to her husband. She passed it along to her children. We wasn't around during slavery. We wasn't around during the aftermath of slavery. We have this impression that everything was just so perfect and they just stuck together. Yeah, even when Katrina happened, it made me, for a long period of time, having a child, Katrina, a motherfucker that I was trying to get away from. Before Katrina was going on, I was trying to get rid of this motherfucker. Katrina happened. We evacuated together. So we had to become tight to an extent. And, like no matter what. And we used to even be saying, or I used to be saying, like, come on, man, we got to get this shit together. We got to stick together. We all we got. My mama not here, my sister, there's no one here to help us or to give us a hand. We ain't had no help with a fucking babysitter, like nothing. You can't say, I need some diapers. Can you let me, you doing it, however you doing it. Maybe you get some help from an agency, whatever. All this, at one time, it was, just giving out cases of diapers. But the point is, you still got to get to it. There's no help. So imagine it's during slavery or the aftermath of slavery. You got long-term conditions like that. People getting killed now too, but I'm sure it was worse. People were more isolated. The Klan was more active, burning crosses. Like, you got a lot more reason to stay with this person and have some sense of security than you do now. And all that shit is the psychology behind it. Like, they know that. Like, it's better for them to have it like this, to have you, it's still a lot of stress. People still getting killed. People actually still getting lynched, but it's way less. right? So, and then whether it's way less or not, because you have to actually know the numbers, and I'm sure it's knowable, it's find outable to some extent or degree. Who knows how accurate it is? But there's a way to find it out to whatever extent and make that comparison. So that's my theory, a lot on why people were sticking with a person and staying with them. And plus, shit, you can pop that ass. Dudes just be able to smack the shit out of a woman, beat her ass. Which is why also, I guess, a lot of, a few, however many, shit, they'll kill your ass too. They'll poison your ass. Till death do us part. You'll be a poison dead motherfucker. Yeah, I suspect as I'm weighing this shit out, I'm figuring things out. The older I get, it's sad. Like it is sad that you're just figuring this shit out. But so what it boils down to, that's why they was slick. You call that slick. Some call it nigger slick or whatever. That these women, these older women, talking about them fucking modern women, I'm still trying to get a grip on that. You mean this century modern women? You mean this millennium modern women versus like ancient times or something? Because I'm talking about the grandmas and the great grandmas. They were covert narcissists. They were sneaky narcissists. They were slick. And doing this work, what you call shadow work, whatever, doing this work, when you go back, and you can just like go back in time, put yourself, like the now you, project yourself into your little kid body and be around those people that you was around. Think about it. Put yourself in their body. Look in grandma's face. Look in her eyes. What do you see? What do you see? Was you one getting hugs and kisses from grandma? Let me know. Because I ain't getting none of that shit. I didn't get it. I'm just saying. So I got, as I'm looking back, hey man, I'm sorry y'all. Hopefully, I look, I don't care. And because I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I ain't trying to hurt y'all feelings. Y'all might want to get off here if that's your mama. If that's your mama, your auntie, or your grandma, and you're going to be mad at me for talking about my life and how I see things in it, you might want to get off this bitch right now. Because grandma was a covert narcissist. Because her daughter is just like her, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the identical twinness, and that twin then flipped off a twin. She have a daughter, and no, she can't be just like her. Like there's things that's different. I don't want to take too much time to get all into that shit, but there's some things that is different from the one to the other one to the other one, but they are the same. Like she don't have the ability to do the same thing. She's too close. She let her mama run her life way more than the other one did. My mama left, but she still kept all of that shit in her. She left from the country and went to the city, but she kept all the same attitude and all the same behavior. She duplicated everything that was done to her and taught to her. Even though she knew it wasn't right for her, she did all that same shit to her children. She raised them exactly how she was raised, more or less. So I guess they was dropping that ass off somewhere for the whole school year and not giving a fuck. Must be like they did me, or maybe like they did my sister, and I ain't know too before I was even born, I guess. So we all got that, unless we didn't have it. And those people, not necessarily now, but more, the people, that had shit, that had some type of generational wealth. They had a bar, they had property, they had shit that either they built up with their husband or their wife, whatever, or shit that was passed down to them. The only way you do that is to have your shit together on a lot of levels, right? It's to not be, maybe you had some of that, but you didn't have all of that put into you. And, everybody's story is different. Some people are actually not born in the United States. Some people come from other places. Some people bought their freedom. Those people live in the world too. So people that got their shit together one way or the other, like they may not be the same victim like us, but a lot of us are those victims. And I'm gonna keep saying it. I guess I gotta say it a lot, because just like health, talking about them black women and the problems they cause with the black community is some taboo shit. Or it's taboo and nobody don't want to hear it. Nobody don't want to talk about it. Nobody want to face it. Nobody don't want to deal with it. It's a hard shit to deal with. It's hard to say. It's hard to hear. It's hard to acknowledge. It's hard to live with, on so many levels. It's difficult. Nobody don't want to deal with that. That's like a fucking typhoon. You definitely don't want to confront that typhoon. That's for fucking sure. Not with that shit. You know what's gonna happen? And so that's where I'm at. Like, if you confront it in any way and you stand your ground with it, well, you out the family. You can kiss that shit goodbye. And hey, good riddance to you motherfuckers. Because, y'all leading people on a path of destruction. Our families ain't gonna have shit and ain't gonna be shit. And then the motherfucker that's stupid enough to have young children and then try to talk about me and my situation that I didn't have control over most of the shit because of what I'm talking about right now. And somebody in my family want to criticize my shit when, bitch, your kids ain't even 10 years old. So you just cursed your shit for sure. Because I know you raised by a narcissist. Because you raised by my mama and not your fucking mama. My mama pimped your mama. Your mama is a peon to my mama. Your mama is a footstool for my mama. So I already know. And if you don't know that and you can't accept that, you got some fucking hard shit to deal with. Yeah, for real, for real. For real. And your mama then let my mama put her in a position where if she wanted to say something, she can't. She owned her ass. She owned that ass. She owns that ass. What you gonna say? If you make a man, you gonna be on the street. You probably ain't gonna have, you gonna be on, literally, you most likely ain't gonna have no car. You ain't gonna have nowhere to live. All the furniture, that's mama shit. That's mama house. That's mama car. Mama, that ain't your shit. I'm not no fucking fool. Motherfucker that made you their slave. You handicapped. You crippled. You worse than a cripple. Motherfuckers don't have no arms and legs is doing more shit than your ass. Hey, yeah, I took it there. And I guess I buried it a little farther up in there. And in a way. But I can split this shit up and put that on the front now. I'm not afraid. It is what it is. It's the truth. It's the truth. And they say the truth will set you free, huh? And I wonder how many, I'm saying this, but how many other people, hey, good morning, how many other people have put themselves in that same position. See, I saw it. I recognized that. That's why I always said, like, no, 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 no. Like I was skeptical about help. Like that's a price to pay, especially, okay, you done help me. Fine. You know, it's like that $20 shit. You keep loaning a person $20 even if they're paying you back, like, what is this? I lend you 20, you pay it back, then you need the 20 again, then I lend it to you, then you need 40, then like what that no, like it's not help. Show me, teach me, or lend me enough to where I can build up something maybe, and then you won't have to keep doing it. Like some of it's the nickel and diamond. Either you can help me or you can't. Like it's not helping me, giving me just enough to pay this bill. You know I need more than that. You should. Don't you see what's happening? I need $20 to pay the bill desperately, or whatever, $100 to pay this bill desperately. But I actually also need to eat too. I actually also have some habits that you don't agree with and you ain't supporting, like, but maybe this is keeping me alive. This is helping me cope. You have no understanding for shit. Yeah, I feel that, like, I should be able to take care of my own bad habits, if that's what it is. But, hey, if the shit's minimal, I don't know. I don't even know about that. Maybe that's just a whole nother horse of another color right there. I could justify it, but I don't know if that's totally justifiable. Because do I have to, it's like my child. Do I have to agree with everything? I'm not gonna support your crack habit, like, but come on, man. Like, okay, if it was prescribed, you wouldn't help me. If it's something that I need to get my Valiums or what, like, so where do you come in with the judgment? Where does that begin in? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting lost on it now. All right, y'all.